What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys my review for Boruto episode 228. Yesterday I posted my video of reviewing episode 227. I've been pretty behind on the Boruto anime, but I'm finally taking some time to catch up. So hopefully you look forward to all the reviews I'm going to be putting out. Spoilers are going to be coming out really soon, so I'm probably going to take a little break from reviewing sometime soon in the next few days, but until then, I'm going to try dropping a review of all the episodes I've missed, one a day until I get to the point where spoilers come out. So, let's talk about episode 228. So this episode is very centric around Kawaki and pretty much him going through a Genin exam to officially become a shinobi. So the start of this episode involves Kawaki oversleeping and Boruto and Himawari arguing over who's gonna wake him up. And honestly, this was a pretty funny moment. They actually played rock, paper, scissors to see who would go and wake him up. And Boruto ended up losing, so Boruto had to do it. And Boruto tried his best to wake him up, and Kawaki actually attacked him in his sleep. He woke up for a second, then went back to sleep. So it was really tough for Boruto to get him up, but it was a pretty funny scene nonetheless. So then we cut over to Kawaki going over to the Hokage office, talking to Naruto and Shikamaru, and he gets told that he's going to be put on D rank missions for his Genin exam because he didn't go through the proper academy, normal, the whole normal spiel that everybody else would go through. But it's not like they're going to throw him into the academy now with everybody else, and they said that everybody already respects Kawaki's skills, so there's no need for him to go through all the hassle of that. All he has to do is prove that he can complete these simple missions and work well with others. So, the first D rank mission he gets put on is with Denki's team, which I believe is Team 5, and they have to safely capture a panda, I believe. And what ends up happening is Kawaki ends up falling asleep on the mission, so he doesn't cover his ground, and as a result, Metal Lee gets injured because they had to engage the panda rather than calmly capturing it. So Kawaki messed up here big time. The panda did end up getting captured. I was a little disappointed that Metal Lee got hurt by that, but I guess they had to have someone get hurt to show Kawaki messing up. Metal Lee got in a few hits on the panda too, of course, but their team had it all under control. And then when Kawaki got called out for messing up on this mission, he said that power is everything and that it shouldn't really matter as long as the mission's complete, that he doesn't have to be all friendly with everybody and whatnot. But that's when Iwabe steps up and he tells him that they don't even gotta do this mission, they're only doing this for him. And technically that's true because at this point their team is far beyond D rank missions, I would assume at least. So they're only really doing this as like a test run or like a test mission kinda for Kawaki to help him out and to potentially become friends with him. So that didn't go too well, and then what happens is Kawaki is just focused on getting himself stronger. So we get a brief little scene of him practicing his fire style. I thought that was a little cool, so I pointed it out here. Then he's walking home and he declines to play cards with Shikadai and Inojin, and that's also a big thing because it shows that he really doesn't care too much about making friends. He really just cares about getting stronger. But the whole point that he's missing here is sometimes when you go on these missions and you work together with people, that could be a means of getting stronger in its own way as well. And that's something he's not realizing here. So then everybody later on, Boruto meets Ki along with Team 5 and Shikadai and Inojin all run into each other at Thunderburger. And also I want to point out something about Thunderburger. The spot has really gotten a nice little feel to it now. It kind of feels like it's just a go-to spot for everybody to get together in this show, and it's kind of just got that kind of feeling for me now, and I think that's a good thing. So they talk over there, and everybody kind of just tells Boruto what went wrong exactly, and then Boruto did try to talk to Kawaki, but that didn't go too well. Kawaki considers this whole trying to become friends with everyone thing a drag, but he doesn't realize that he still gotta cooperate with the team in order to successfully get some of these missions done. He doesn't necessarily want to come off as rude or with a terrible attitude or something like that, but that's exactly what he's been coming off as right now to the others, and he doesn't realize what he's doing wrong because he's still successfully completing the missions with like a little mess up here and there. So Kawaki doesn't really realize where he's going wrong. And Kawaki just tells Boruto the only person he's really interested in even teaming up with at any time is Boruto. And that's probably because he's close to Boruto. I feel like he would also team up with Mitsuki and Sarada because he knows them decently enough now, and they've teamed up before. But everybody else, it's kind of like they gotta earn his trust right now. So I feel like this episode did a pretty good job at emphasizing his character, and it's very realistic for a guy who has lived most of his life in solitude. So I think that they did a pretty good job at bringing that detail to everybody's attention. So then Kawaki has another D rank mission. This is now with Wasabi's team, and what ends up happening here is that Kawaki ends up scaring this kid and makes him faint by using his jutsu. He doesn't, well, not his jutsu, he uses his arm to extend it, and that kind of just scares the kid and makes him faint. And that's not what was supposed to happen because this is just a kid that ran away from home. So Wasabi and the rest of her teammates were trying to calmly retrieve him back so that there wouldn't be too much of a problem. But as a result of Kawaki making the kid faint, the client ended up scolding all of them anyway, so the mission didn't go as successfully as previously planned. Then we move on from this mess up. So this is Kawaki's final exam, and this is going to be a C rank mission, and Naruto tells him about that. But Kawaki at this point seems like he's not really interested anymore in becoming a shinobi because he doesn't realize what he's doing wrong, because he feels like the mission's still complete because he did what was required of the mission, but he doesn't realize the little mess ups he's having along the way and how it's impacting the others on the mission. So that's where he seems to be in the wrong at the moment. And then Naruto and Shikamaru talk about like the whole reasoning of why Naruto's even doing this to begin with. He's trying to get Kawaki out there to interact with more of the people in the village to try and make some new friends. I mean, yeah, this is also to get him stronger and to make him a shinobi, but this is also a good means of him possibly moving on to a more normal life after living such a horrible past. So, great stuff by Naruto, for sure. Definitely playing a great father figure role over here for Kawaki. So then Kawaki realizes, as he's leaving the Hokage office, the C rank mission, he was going to team up with Shikadai and Chocho. But he realizes that this whole thing he feels like it's not for him. So he barges out of there, and then he runs into the lady that distributes the missions, and he finds out that he gets money for doing this. So right now, since he's not officially even a Genin, he just gets a little amount of money, but he realizes that, wow, I get something out of doing this, and it's a little bit of more motivation for him to go and do it. So he went and he immediately went to go buy himself a treat. And I guess this gives him a little bit more incentive to possibly consider this whole shinobi life. And then towards the end of the episode, we have Sarada and Kawaki talk. I just want to point out, I really like the music that they put over here. I thought it fit the scene very well. Sarada was just training. Kawaki showed up, and they just had a little talk. And Sarada was kind of emphasizing to him why she does all this training and how doing all these missions for the village can make both her stronger as well as Kawaki too, if Kawaki were to have more of a mentality like that rather than thinking he can do everything himself. So, to end off the episode, we have Kawaki actually show up a little late to the C rank mission, but he showed up nonetheless. So that shows that he hasn't given up on this whole idea of possibly becoming a shinobi. So that was nice to see. He met the client for the C rank mission, and I feel like those two aren't gonna get along because he's been dissing Kawaki already, saying he has a terrible attitude and whatnot already. But we'll see how that goes. It seems like we're gonna be in for at least one more episode, I believe, of this whole exam thing with him. It could possibly be a little more. I'm not necessarily sure, but I'll know as I watch them, and I'll be sure to review them as I do. This episode as a whole, though, I thought it was alright to a solid episode. Wasn't anything crazy. Visually, it was very average, if not a little below average. There wasn't really many fight scenes, so I guess I'll say it was an average episode. The fight scenes were kind of but like I said, there wasn't too many to begin with. And then as a whole, I did like a bunch of moments that were in the episodes, even though the missions kind of felt a little Like the panda mission was okay at the beginning with Team 5. I didn't really like the kid mission too much. So it had its moments this episode, and some moments were kind of meh. But overall, it wasn't bad. It was a okay episode, if not a solid episode. So I'm gonna give it somewhere around like a 6 to a 6.5 out of 10. If you want to see some development in Kawaki or potential development, maybe this little exam mini arc is for you. But that's gonna be it for this video. Be sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.